I teach online in a graduate program, and I can usually tell when my students are using ChatGPT to complete their assignments. Now, we allow them to. We just ask that they acknowledge its use. They don't. And we also have a reflection section built into our assignments to help kind of suss out whether or not they're using AI. But if you are wondering how to spot AI generated content in student work, I've got a few tips for you to kind of spot that so that you can open up the door to conversations with your student. So let me show you an example assignment that we use that I saw a lot of AI use on. Now, this is an instructional design blueprint. Every week, students fill out another section of it. And let me show you what this looks like once you run it through ChatGPT. One of the quickest ways to figure out if your students are using ChatGPT is to run your own assignment through it and see what it comes up with. So they have to choose an organization. I'm just going to go ahead and choose one as an example. I'm just going to paste in that first chunk of assignment, and we'll take a look at what it comes up with. Okay, so I saw a lot of this in this format from my students' work. You'll see neatly bolded headers. You'll see a lot of bullet points. So this is kind of a common formatting thing I see in my students' work is this really neat bolding to make it super readable. While this is a great user experience, I'm also like, this is my first clue you might have used AI. You'll notice that everything has perfect grammar and perfect spelling. Every single bullet point has a nice little period at the end. It's all extremely polished. Now, this is a nice way to help speed along your instructional design, but we want students to do it themselves and do the learning themselves. We want them to actually have that experience, not be farming it out to AI. So, something we add into this assignment is at the end of each section, we add in this thinking about your own thinking. So I'll go ahead, copy this, and I'll paste that into ChatGPT 2 and we'll see what it comes up with. All right, so I'm able to upload that image, that's okay. Now it's giving me a possible structure. One of the things I spotted really quickly in student reflections, and again, the reflection is to help us make sure students are having a good learning experience and not outsourcing this to AI. But I could tell that students are using AI for the reflection piece as well. And this is supposed to be super informal, right? It's not a right or wrong answer, it's just a reflection. But what I found was students were using this, and I could tell because it tends to be really generic. And I see the structure in it too. It's really neatly structured. It's really generic. You see a lot of these M dashes. I use a lot of AI myself, and once you start seeing these M dashes, you can't unsee them. AI loves these M dashes. That's what they're called, is the M dash. And overall, it's just really generic. There's no personality in it. Help me become more aware of how I organize complex information. Who talks like that? Nobody talks like that. Graduate students don't talk like that. So that's another way you can tell that students have used AI when there's no personality, there's no voice, there's nothing personal about this anecdote, and it's not something you think the student would say. One of the best things you can do is take a look at students' work over time in a given class and see how their voice might change or the writing style might change from assignment to assignment. And if there are big changes in it, it might be that they've used ChatGPT to help them. Now, sometimes they are using Grammarly or another tool to help polish up their writing, and that can make it sound like AI as well. But in any case, I just want to stress that AI detectors do not work. I wish that they did, but they don't. So you got to look for these things themselves, and you have to have conversations with the student. Don't outright accuse them of using AI. Don't jump straight to academic integrity, but say, hey, we need to chat about this. I'd like to hear about your thought process behind this assignment. And that's going to be basically all you can really do as an instructor. Try to guide their use without banning it outright, because they're going to use it anyways. If you do try to ban it outright, you're not going to be able to have these conversations with students because they're not going to tell you at all that they're using it, because they're going to be afraid of academic integrity issues. So just to recap here, whenever you are unsure if students have used AI on an assignment, run your own assignment through ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the most common AI tool that students use. Look for this bolding. It's very neat and tidy. Look for flawless grammar, flawless spelling, perfect punctuation, very consistent punctuation, and then look for a generic tone and look for those em dashes and look for that perfect structure. AI can't help but be perfect, but humans are not perfect, and that's what makes us human. What do you think? Do you know about any other ways to spot AI? I want to hear about it in the comments. I'm Lindsay, and I cover instructional design, e-learning development, and all things online teaching and learning.